Hi guys, welcome to Soul Connections. I'm your host, Jo Labbé. Hi Rob, what do you know? And of course I will pull for you and Julie. I'll put you down right now. So tonight is all about healing yourself and about really tapping into your spiritual team. Because we all are capable of healing ourselves, and it's my job to basically guide you in connecting with your soul and having your soul guide you on what needs to clear and what needs to heal for you. You are the best guide for knowing what needs healing in your life, even if you're not consciously aware of it. And so what we do on these evenings is I guide you through a healing meditation. It's actually channeled. So my guides guide you. And I am used as the conduit. So I will make clearing noises. I will help facilitate energy moving. And once we do our healing work in the meditation for the evening, then I pull cards and give you some divine messages that are coming through. One of my gifts is to be what I like to term a mystic. And so a mystic is basically the same thing as a psychic, except that I'm getting it all through a divine channel. So I am giving you what the divine is telling me to say for you in that moment. So I am not consciously aware of what's being said most of the time. So if you ask me tomorrow or even later this evening for clarification on a card, I might not be able to give it to you because I was speaking in that moment, allowing your spiritual team or the divine to speak to you. So that's how that goes. So I'm so excited. I saw some people were already on. So nice. Julie is in the house. Julie Hedges. She is one of our Star Nation hosts of the Tarot Journey. And I mean, just chock full of information. And she's also a writer for our magazine. And I am so excited you're joining us tonight, even while you're on vacation. So nice, nice, nice. Hi, Christine. Good to see you. Glad you are here. Yes, Rochelle, I actually have you on my list already because you asked me last evening. So for those people who checked in last night, you got on the list first because a few people were asking for them. So I'm so glad you guys are here. Hi, Cassandra. Yes, of course I will pull a card. And Julie said, so glad that you explained how your clearing process works. Thank you. You are welcome. Yes. Sometimes people get a little, nervous about my clearing noises, but really I'm just moving energy for the entire group. I don't check in and know that, well, Julie's got this going on over here or Rob's got that going on over there. I just feel the tension in a particular area of the body, and it belongs to someone or a group of someone's, and am guided into how to release that. So it has nothing to do with me. I'm not here to fix anything. I'm here to help you learn how to heal your own self. And that's part of my job, to get the healers healing, because we need everybody to be doing, their soul mission and their soul purpose, because we all have our own gifts to share. And, I don't want them wasted. Isn't that kind of selfish on my part? I want everybody to be like fully in their joy and doing what they're meant to do. And so I'm going to give a little plug to Julie Hedges and her partner. I know you probably can't see, but I am wearing these gorgeous carnelian earrings that were made by Julie and her partner. So if you have not checked out their chakra jewelry, you really ought to. So Julie, I'm giving you a shameless plug. So you are welcome to put your business info, how they can check out your stuff on your website. I've been blessed to be able to offer their beautiful jewelry here on the East Coast. I am the only distributor on the East Coast. And so I'm so excited. The package arrived of some gorgeous earrings and bracelets and necklaces, and I just can feel all the healing energy that those are going to go out and share. So, feel free to plug that, Julie. And so also, you guys, to help us get the word out that we are here this evening doing this work, could you please like and share this post, because it allows us to reach more people through Facebook and through the algorithms. And the more you comment, the more you like, the more you share, the more times we show up in the news feed. And maybe there's somebody out there who needs some healing as well. And you never know, just sharing somebody else's show might reach the person who really needs it. So that's how we ask you to kind of be part of our healing community, by sharing that, if you could. Hi, Karen. Nice to see you. Yes, of course, I'll pull a card for you when you're done. We're done. So we always start off with the healing meditation. It also gives people a chance to get here, because we want to make sure that everybody gets heard. And, just so you know, I will draw cards until we are done. So if you put a request in, I keep going until we're done. I pulled 35 cards last week, which was kind of a record for me, but it was perfect because it felt so in the rhythm that everybody needed it. So terrific. Oh, so here's Julie's information. I'm trying to bring it to come up. Yes, whoop, whoop, carnelian love. So that is Julie's website, and it's all chakra jewelry. And so you get to wear the healing on your body and facilitate it. So you guys really should check it out, because I'm really excited. My goddess is very happy with the carnelian. So thank you, Julie, for getting carnelian for me. Hi, Mary. Glad you could join us. And I will get you a card too. Hi, Lindsay. I am well. I just got back from the beach. I was in Maine for a few days, and I actually pack up on Thursday to go back and do this fabulous expo that's up in Augusta, Maine. So I'm very excited to be doing that and getting the healing out, because my school, Trinity School of Mystical Energy Healing, we will be there offering free essential energy healing. So free hands-on healings to anybody who's brave enough to sit in the chair. And we have some specials on our healing remedies too, because I'm really trying to get those out to people right now, because I think there's a lot of people who are in need of healing and are looking within themselves on how to do that. So thank you guys for joining us. I think we'll get ourselves started. So for those of you who have not tuned into the show before, I'm going to make clearing noises. They sometimes sound like burps or squawks. I also have an ancient one who sometimes talks through me, has a very masculine native sound to his speaking. And every so often I have a female ancient one who comes in who will sort of sing. It's more toning, so she'll make noises, but I haven't had her show up for a meditation yet, but feel the need to kind of put those out there so you know that those noises are the entire group releasing energy. And how cool is that? So you get to start off by getting yourself nice and comfy. You want to have your arms and your legs uncrossed. You can be sitting, laying down, whatever's comfortable for you. But we don't want to be crossed, because that will short circuit our energy. So we want to make sure that we are as grounded as we can be. And that's how we do that, by not crossing.
Yeah.
And we're going to begin by calling in the divine energy, however you perceive that. So whether you connect to God or Goddess or Creator or all that is, the universe, oneness, consciousness, any way that you connect to the divine, just take a moment and allow yourself to interact and connect.
Yeah.
As we invite the divine in, we ask that the healing tonight be for the good of all and harm to none, including ourselves. And we ask the divine energy to surround and protect us in a bubble of infinite love and infinite light. And if you wish, you can create a second bubble to protect the room or the space that you're in as well, so that you can feel comfortable and relaxed in allowing yourself this sacred space to do this healing work.
Yeah.
And invite in your spiritual team, your angels, your guides, your ancestors, the master teachers that you work with, the ascended masters, the ancient gods or goddesses, your animal totems, even the mystical creatures that you connect with. Any and all divine beings of the highest, fullest, brightest vibration available to you in this moment.
Yeah.
And now take a couple of deep breaths and really feel the weight of your body. Feel the bones and the muscles on top of them. Feel the gravity pushing down upon your body.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And begin to invite the divine energy to come in through the top of your head, through the crown. And as it does that, just allowing space for anything blocking you from your own ability to connect to the divine can be released in this moment. Any fear or anxiety.
Yeah.
And allow the clearing to come in and begin to move into your brain, into your third eye, and really allow any spinning thoughts, ideas, beliefs, or patterns to gently dissolve, bringing you back to focus, into clarity, and calling your energy into this moment of now. So releasing any worries that you have about what is going to happen or what may happen. And also releasing any stuck energy in the past, worrying about what has happened, wishing it to be different, wanting change. Just really calling yourself into this moment right now, in this breath, and allowing the clear thinking and the clear intuitive guidance to come in. Opening all the channels and pathways and connections that you have to your spiritual team, so that you may open communication in a fuller and more complete way. Really allowing the ears to clear so that you may hear those messages clearly, that you may be heard by others clearly, and to hear clearly what others are truly trying to say through their intention, through their body language, so that you can release any miscommunication that you are able to in this moment. And releasing the energy in the throat that may be holding you back from expressing who you truly are. Any words that you may have said in anger or were said to you in anger or in fear. Any words you bit back and did not say but needed to express that may be stuck and collected in your throat and the back of your neck. Releasing any tension and stress you may be carrying in your neck. Any blockages that lead to headaches or dizziness. Or sinus difficulty.
Ja. Ja.
And opening up your creativity and your ability to speak your truth. Express who you are meant to be, in all the creative ways you are meant to do that.
Ja.
Take a moment to release all the stress and the tension that you're carrying on your shoulders, the burdens that you carry, the responsibilities that are weighing you down. And just in this moment, release them, knowing that you can pick them back up when you need them. But in this moment of now, it is not necessary.
Goichka. Ja.
And opening up the energy in your arms so that you are able to not only give, but to receive fully in your physical and your spiritual life, and in all the ways that you are meant to.
Boicha. Keska.
And moving the energy into your heart and your lungs, really opening up the breath, allowing you space to breathe in life fully, making room for more joy and more love and more excitement to come into your life. Releasing any old disappointment, sadness, grief, guilt that you may be holding on to.
Ja. Goicha.
And making space for your inner child to breathe and feel loved and supported. Releasing from them any burdens that they are carrying for you from your childhood, any old trauma, wounds that now you are able to hold on to as the adult, and free the child within you to return back to a place of happiness, joy, wonder, and excitement.
Goicha. Ja.
And releasing the energy of burden and over responsibility, stress from your inner adult, that part of you that is responsible for all the doing and sometimes forgets how to live in the being. And taking all the anxiety and the panic and the overwhelm that may be held onto in that space
Ja.
for you or for others.
Goichka. Yeah.
And allowing the energy to release from your inner warrior, that part of you that stands full and strong for what you believe in. And releasing the warrior from the hypervigilance, the need to be ever watchful, and allow the warrior to come into a moment of peace and tranquility. Thankful that it is there to protect you and to serve you, but right in this moment, it is not needed.
Goyacha. Yon.
And also releasing the energy from your inner sage, that wise one, the elder that you have carried with you in each and every lifetime. Opening your communication so that you have access to the wisdom of the ages that you have learned in each and every lifetime.
Goyanach. Goyacha.
Really clearing the ability for your heart's truth to speak to you and speak through you in a loving, kind, and gentle way.
Yoich.
Forceful when needed, but truly in the heart. And allowing the energy in your belly, in your third chakra, to begin to quiet and release, letting go of any old anger, resentment, or judgment that you've held on to or that other people have projected onto you.
Goyacha.
Even letting go of the righteous anger, which is meant to spark you into action in those moments, but not to eat you alive.
Gonayech.
And releasing any stress and anxiety, overwhelm, and worry that you may have spinning. Anything that is blocking you from your self-esteem, your self-confidence, your self-worth. Anything that creates a sensation of not being enough or of being too much.
Goyanoi. Gonaye.
In each and every moment, we are always whole and complete.
Gonaye.
And now releasing the energy in your lower belly, in your second chakra. Anything that is related to your old relationships, any abuse, any trauma that you may have stored there, any energy around addictions, whether they were yours or someone you lived with or were connected to, that you may have absorbed. Really allowing your feelings to move freely and fully, knowing that each emotion is an indicator of what is going on in your environment and how you are meant to take action. There are no good and there are no bad. So allowing yourself a moment to connect to all of your feelings, in their fullest sensation. And bringing the water element back into a state of ebb and flow, of give and take, of balance and harmony, and fullness of communication.
Praise God.
And really feeling the support of the divine energy all throughout your spinal column. And if there's anywhere in your spine where you feel tension or tightness, just ask the divine white golden light to fill and release in that spot. But it's something you do not need to hold on to in this moment, because you have your own back, your spiritual team has your back, the divine has your back in every breath, even when we are not aware.
Joya Nacha. Praise God.
And just as the group, there's a spot underneath the left rib cage, a couple of finger widths above the belly button. There is a spot there that is troublesome for someone. Just as a group, setting the intention of releasing that particular spot for whoever needs it. And allowing that to dissipate for them.
Yeah.
Thank you. And now moving down into our first chakra, right below our tailbone. And allowing all of the energy that we have carried around money and safety and stability and just our general well-being and our family of origin. Really releasing anything that no longer matches your vibration at this moment. Opening up your pathways of manifestation and creating new things and new flow in your life.
Right, Scott.
Allowing it to take root in your hips and to move down both of your legs equally. For we walk our life with our spiritual and our physical legs. And when we are in harmony, we walk both parts of our life equally and balanced.
Yeah.
So we are not limping our way through our lifetime. And allowing that to go all the way down through our feet and into the ground. Asking Grandmother Earth to receive our released energy, to compost it, and to turn it into beautiful healing for the entire planet. Fresh water, fresh air, fresh food for us and all of the beings who live here on this planet. So the more we are willing to release and let go, the more we are able to share new energy with our entire planet, our entire community.
Yeah.
Really allowing our roots to go deep within the earth, past rocks and crystals and ancient civilizations, dinosaur bones, all the way down to the very molten lava center of the Earth's heartbeat itself. And connect your energy to the heartbeat, whether you see it as giant roots wrapping around the lava center or an umbilical cord connecting from you all the way to the earth. However you perceive that. And now we call that earth energy, that original creation energy that resides within the center. And call that in to fill in all the places where we released stuck energy in our own bodies. Bringing it up through our feet and our ankles, up through our shins and our calves, into our knees and our legs, into our hips, filling that whole pelvic floor like a giant bowl of creation energy. Filling in our bellies, the whole torso, and our spinal column. Allowing it to fill up into our upper organs and begin to fill in our rib cage and our lungs and our heart. Taking the opportunity to fill the heart in all four chambers, like a giant cup. Allowing our heart to stretch a little bit more so it can hold a little more love and compassion for ourselves and for others. And as that energy spills over, allow it to flow down your shoulders and your arms, to fill your hands. So the healing is in everything that you touch. And allow it to move up through your throat and your neck, filling in with your authentic truth. Bringing it up through your jaw and your ears to the top of your head. Once it reaches the top at the crown, just allowing the energy to overflow, to cascade over you like a fountain or a volcano. And as it flows over you, it repairs your aura in all of its layers, reminding you that your aura is a sphere. It is above you, below you, in front of you, behind you, and on either side of you. And just allowing that to really expand. Clearing and repairing through the physical layer and the mental layer and the emotional layer and the spiritual layer, even through past lives and through your karma. And taking a moment to send healing energy out to those who have prayed for it, those who are in need. Knowing that if they are meant to receive it, they shall. And if it is not for their highest best, that it will move on to someone else in need.
Yeah.
And reminding you that it is not okay to interfere with someone else's energy, but to simply be in your own in each and every moment.
Nice guy.
And now take a moment to thank your spiritual team for being here to help guide you, to remind you who you are and your core in your being, that authentic part of you that many of us already see that we may have forgotten. And begin to come back into your physical body, feeling a connection to your bones and your legs. Feel the clothes on your skin. You may hear noises like an air conditioner or fan in the background. You may smell food cooking or grass that's been mowed. Really using all your senses to connect right back into this moment of now. Welcome back. Okay, so I am going to start pulling cards. If you would like a reading, all you have to do is type in yes, please, and I will do that, and I will do the readings until we're done. So last week, we didn't get done till almost 8:30, but you can always watch it in the archives, and even if you're watching this after the fact, you can still type in yes, please, and I will type in your card when I get a chance to do it. All right, so I'm going to pull the first card. Yesterday I had my show, Chakra Sessions. Normally it's at noon, but yesterday I had it at 7, and the time change confused some people, so they thought I was pulling cards last night. So I'm going to start with those people first because I understand the confusion. So Liz Tull, this card is for you. So this card is the stretch card. And the stretch card is here to remind us that true growth happens outside of our comfort zone. So every time we are looking for change, every time we want to create something new, where that thing is located is just outside of your comfort zone. So this is a time for you to kind of stretch past what you're comfortable with and really move into some new level. So for you in particular, I'm seeing your healing practice. It's one thing to create cards. It's another to create an office, right? And have a permanent place for people to come and reach you. And that's a stretch. That's a leap of faith. But it is something along those lines, sweetheart. So make sure that you don't settle for how it's always been, but really reach for something that is bigger and bolder, because that's who you are. And those of us who know you know that. All right, and the second card is Rochelle. So Rochelle, here's your card. This card is called Revolution. So sometimes change is like a yawn and a stretch, like I was saying to Liz. For you, it is more big than that. Things have been done the same way over and over and over again, and you are stuck in this pattern. And the only way to change it is to create some upheaval and some mess. And so that happens when you start to say no. So I want you to say that out loud with me right now. No. Because we often say yes without even thinking about the answer. And if no is really problematic for you, then I highly recommend that you start by saying, I'll get back to you. That was my transition. I'm not sure, but I'll get back to you. And then do get back to them, but give yourself a little space and some time. And this will feel like a revolution to those around you because you've always just sort of gone with the flow and always said yes and done the right thing, or the right thing according to other people. And that hasn't gotten you where you want to be. That your physical health is proof of that. If everything were flowing, you would be in perfect health and you would feel great every minute of every day. And you're not having that. And so your body is revolting. So you need to step in and start supporting your body and your soul and what they need. Because that's who you are in the scheme of things. All right, also from yesterday was Elise Miller. So Elise, your card is discernment. So discernment is a really cool thing. This is when we can pull ourselves energetically out of a situation and take a broader perspective. So instead of reacting to your environment, you are able to sort of step back and look from a higher self place at all the information and then make a decision from there. So remember that give yourself some time to listen into your heart and into your intuition. And that is what happens when we do discernment. It's when we separate from the energy of the person. So we're not worried about their feelings and what they want. We step back and we take in every piece of how we feel about it, what it sounds like, what it smells like, and make our decision from there. You are caretaking a number of people beyond yourself, and so you need to differentiate as well that you don't take on their energy, and really be aware of when you're making decisions, you're doing it from a higher place, not from a reaction. Because sometimes we love people, and so we want to please them, but that may not be the best thing for you or for them. So really check in with that and make sure you're doing that. The next card is Cheryl, and I'm sorry if I say this wrong, Rutkowski. It's close, I'm pretty sure. So your card, sweetheart, is Unity. So this is a time for you to really create a sense of wholeness. And what I'm seeing for you is that, we get very much in our physical life and we don't maybe spend as much time in our spiritual life, and we have many members of our family to juggle. And so we do that yes, yes, yes thing for everybody, and then that actually pushes them away. So by breathing into yourself, really center yourself in your spirituality and in your physical everyday life. Really bring that back into harmony. And as you do that, your whole sense of self and your whole community begins to come together. You'll notice that things start to seamlessly come together, and you'll feel like everyone is connected and that everyone cares about each other. It's sort of time to bring unity back to your own corner of the planet, because you have that ability, and that all happens when you're in that balanced place within yourself first, and then you get to model that and show other people how to do that. So nice job. Let's work on that. All right, the next one is Rob. All right, Rob, here's your card for today. This one is Motion. I don't know if you can tell, it's a little hard with the lighting here because I've got production lighting, but she is basically underwater. So it is the water that is moving her. So this is all about allowing your emotions and your intuition to create the movement that you need in your life. So instead of like running and jumping and taking action in a very masculine way, really feel deeply into what needs to happen and how it needs to happen, and allow the feelings to create the momentum and the motion. Because that's where our truth is located. That's where our integrity is located. When we tap into that inner truth, then we're in alignment with our integrity, and there's no squeezing in your stomach of anxiety or stress, because you just know right in the center of your being that this is how it's meant to be. So really allow that water energy to help you with your motion. And if you are having difficulty connecting to that, this is a great time of year to get out and be by water and ask the water spirits to help guide you in how to flow easily, just like they do. All right? All right. And Julie Hedges, your card is repetition. I know the glare is on there. I'm sorry. Can't quite figure out how to not get that. So repetition. Practice makes perfect. When we're learning something new, the best way is to do it over and over and over again. And there's an inside part of us that goes, ugh, that's so boring. But the reality is that that is how you hone your skills. So you have some amazing spiritual gifts, my dear, and you know that. And when you aren't doing it consistently, you get a little rusty. It takes a little while to ease into it, to do reading after reading after reading and not get drained, not get bored, not get cranky. That all comes from repetition and really learning how to manage your energy. So I'm seeing you just, doing it over and over and over again, but not in a drudgery kind of place, but like you're singing and learning a new song and you want to get every note, that exquisite sound, and that it fills you with joy to get it even closer and closer to what you want it to sound like. That's what I'm talking about with the repetition. Really allowing yourself to do it repeatedly till it's like it flows like water, like Rob's water. All right. So let me check down here. I got Rochelle. I got Julie. All right, Cassandra. So glad to see you. You and I need to chat about the school. All right, so your card, sweetheart, is reaction. So reaction is something that we do in response. So when something happens in our environment, we react to it. Some people say it's being defensive because, somebody says something and then we need to respond back. That's reacting. So when you are in your core, you receive the energy, and then you have a moment, a breath, where you choose your action. You're not triggered into doing it the way you've always done it. You have a breath. And literally that breath is instrumental for creating change in your life. So you are in a state where you're still in a reaction state, where somebody says something and it hurts your feelings, or somebody says something and they make you feel bad, or they make you feel small. And so that's when you're still in a reaction state. And when you can bring yourself into a fuller place where you are in more of your energy and have less of other people's energy influencing you, then you have that chance to just and then choose how you want to act rather than react. Okay? So this is all about stepping back into your core and learning how to take action from that place. All right. So Karen, I'm going to take off my thing so I can see you better. You can see me better. Karen, your card is surface. So surface is another one that has a lot of water energy to it. But there's been a lot of things bubbling in your life, and they're out of reach. They're not visible. You just can kind of have that nagging feeling that something's up. And that's literally what's happening, is that there are things that have been, brewing, and they're bubbling up to the surface. And it also can be a time when you have felt underwater, drowning in responsibility, drowning in too much of everybody else's stuff. And so this is a time for like all of that water to sort of subside, and that the true you starts to come up. And the true things that you actually have to deal with come to the surface. But this is a gentle coming up to the surface. This isn't a crash and burn. It's like a gentle reveal. It's coming out of the fog. So the things that are coming up to the surface now to heal and to clear, just be grateful for them, because it's an opportunity for you to expand and to get out of that energy of feeling like everybody dumps on you and you're just constantly overloaded. So just sort of know this is a time where you're coming up for air, you're starting to breathe, and those things that you really need to take care of are becoming clear, but they're also coming off of you. All right. Phew. All right. Nice. Okay, let's see. And Lindsay. Oh, nice. So Lindsay, your card is time. So time is an interesting card because it has the many phases of the goddess. So it has you from the child through the maiden and the matriarch, basically, of the energy. And so we think of time as being in a straight line in this lifetime, in this incarnation. But time is really expansive. And when you learn that there's no urgency, like there's some things that feel so urgent, they have to be done tomorrow. Is that really true? Or is that this misconception of time? And so you want to take take your time when you are making decisions and really check into divine timing. So sometimes we want things now, right? Like a little kid in the store, I want it now, I want it now. And the divine is your parent going, when it's time, you can have it. So creating space for divine timing to happen, because that's where the magic is, when you allow rather than trying to make it happen. So I feel like maybe you're trying to make something happen rather than asking the divine energy, your spiritual team, to help you create it. So take a look at your timing and how you look at that. All right, Mary. Mary, your card is renewal. Renewal is kind of like what it sounds like. This is a time where you've been through some tough stuff. I'm feeling a lot of drudgery and just some upheaval. And now it's a time for you to renew, to rebirth, to gather yourself. This is like a breath of fresh air for you. And this is an opportunity for you to become a whole new you as well. You've been through quite a lot. I'm not sure what that means, except I'm feeling a lot of swirling, a lot of swirling, chaotic energy. And now it's time for you to breathe and really step into who you are in this moment. And it's like a beautiful unveiling of this new you. And, we celebrate that in you and encourage that in you. And because that really gives permission to other people to step into their true being and be that new self as well. It's always been hidden underneath all of the chaos, but you're starting to stretch and grow. And it's like a rebirth, which is a really neat thing. So I love that for you. I hope you enjoy that. All right, Karen. Good evening. I will see you soon. All right, so your card is productivity. Kind of cracks me up. You're very good at getting things done. So productivity is a time when you really have the magical capabilities of getting a lot accomplished. And it's really moving forward on your spiritual path. It's the unfolding and the development of like one thing after another. It's not a time for you to sit back. This is a time for you to, in a way, make things happen. The opposite of the others. Lindsay. So yours is about, this is a really fruitful time for you to get things done and to set things in motion. So use this energy while you have it, because we don't have that all year round. You know, we have our times when our energy is at its peak and it's a good time to really do a bunch of things. This is that time for you. So really tap into that. And it really feels connected to the spiritual part of your path that you've been working on. So really start doing that. All right. Stephanie, welcome, welcome. Ah, beautiful card. So this card, Stephanie, is brilliance. I love how this card looks. So this is your inner light just really being able to shine now. This is, imagine you are the diamond and the light is hitting you just right and you're sparkling and everyone is oohing and eyeing over you. And so this is like you in your true spark, your true essence, and really shining that through. And other people really noticing and seeing that part of you. So this isn't a time to hide in the corner and pretend like your light isn't important. Sometimes we're like, oh no, I don't need to shine. You can be in the spotlight. This is the time for you to be out there and just sharing your light, your healing ability, it's like you shine and people feel calmer. That's the best way I can pick and say it to you. It's like you're standing in your brilliance and then everybody else is like, oh yeah, there's that brilliant part of Stephanie. So yeah, just really make sure you're going out and shining your light as much as you can and in the fullest way you are able, because that kind of light really helps heal a lot of other people when they get to see it and experience it and be part of it. So get out there. Hi, Lucia. I'm hoping I'm saying that. Elise, I pulled your card for you already. Hi, Neshi. Glad you're with us. Hi, Jill. Yes, you can have a card. All right, Jill. Your card, sweetie, is friction. So this, some people get nervous. Friction can be with people, but friction can also be the electricity that we need to propel forward. So this is a time when, you may be bumping heads with people, with friends, who've gotten used to you being a certain way. And now you're changing and they don't like it. So you may have friction that comes up around that. But the friction is a sign of growth and a sign of change. And when you are able to work through the friction and really stay in your core, stay in who you are, the friction dissolves away, because really you don't have to own somebody else's friction. They may be having a hard time with you changing, but that has nothing to do with you. That has to do with them being uncomfortable with the fact that you are doing things to change your life and they aren't. So really notice when you have friction with other people and remember that it's not a fight, it's not angst, it's actually growing pains. You're having growing pains. That's what the friction is. you are growing and maybe other people aren't keeping up to where you're growing. And so it's going to cause a little friction along the way. But it's all about growth and it's all about change. So that's so cool. All right. So, Lucia, I hope I'm saying that right, sweetie. So your card, sweetie, is Fortitude. So Fortitude is a card that comes up for people when they need some inner strength. And the difficulty is when we're taught how to be strong, have strength. We usually shut down our energy, we shut down our chakras, and we close ourselves off from other people. So we block our emotions. Fortitude is having the strength to keep our emotions wide open, and from that place of complete openness, having strength to withstand anything that comes our way. And in that picture, it's your whole animal totem that is holding you and protecting you and helping you find the strength you need. So, if you know your animal totem, you know who to connect to, you can call on those animals to help you when you need some strength, because there are people who are here to push our buttons and make us think and make us grow. And so just allow yourself to find your inner strength. Try not to react to the energy they're projecting at you, and just breathe into your heart and use your heart as your compass, because your heart will guide you to your truth, to your integrity, and bring you into harmony and balance. And we all face difficult times. This doesn't have to be a long period of time for you, but it's a time where you might be a little trying. So find some ways to fill yourself up. Take some really good self-care too. Whether that's a massage, or that's, getting energy healings, or going for a swim, whatever fills you up, use that to help your resilience to what is going on in your environment. Nice to see you guys. Hi, Mary Elizabeth. Nice. Esperanza, of course I'll draw a card for you. So Esperanza, your card is Alchemy. This is a great card for a healer. So alchemy is all about taking dark, thick, heavy energy and transforming it and transmuting it to brilliance and to light and to healing. And alchemy is the transformational work that we do for ourselves as we take away the parts of ourselves that other people put in there, programming, that our parents, our society told us how we should be or who we were meant to be, and we didn't get to be ourselves. As you release those old ideas of who you are and become who you are, that is alchemy, when you transform back into the divine light that you are, and you are in the process of that, or you wouldn't have signed up for my school this year, right? So as you're stepping into the school, we do a lot of alchemical healing, because we are working on transforming that old negative pattern energy, our old wounds, our old traumas, into love and light. And that is what you are doing at this moment. I love that Julie says she's doing the healing work on the balcony, drawing in beach medicine. Oh, love that. Yes, tap into beach medicine. Hi, Christy. Nice to see you, sweetheart. Of course you can have a card. So your card, honey, is Clarity. And in the bottom of the card, there's an amethyst, which the amethyst crystal is very connected to your third eye, to your intuition. So clarity is all about clearing the clutter that's spinning around in your brain and keeping you from tapping into your intuition, to trusting your inner knowing, to really knowing for yourself the truth and the answers, not having to have other people tell you what to do or how to do it. So when you get to a place where you're ready for clarity, the amethyst crystal is actually a great tool to use. If you have like a little piece of it, you can use it to help breathe with it and ask it to clear any energy that's spinning your thoughts and making it hard for you to even think about tomorrow, because you're so caught up in the past and what could be, and you're not anchored in this moment. And so this is a time for you to get clarity, to get grounded, as we would say. And the amethyst crystal can help you with that. And it will also help you with your sleep, because when we have all that spinning energy, it's really difficult for us to settle down and go to sleep, and really to focus and pay attention at work or in our everyday life. We get very distracted and we forget things when there's all that energy swirling. So that is what it's calling for you to do, to work on some clarity. And the amethyst is, you can even just picture the purple color, and it can help start to bring the balance back for you. Nice. Yes, Crystal, I am doing cards today, so I would be happy to draw that for you. So your card, sweetheart, is formation. And the formation card is really cool because it's talking about the gathering together. So you have all these pieces to the puzzle of what's going on in your life, but they're not put together yet. And you haven't done the edges. You know, you've got a few pieces on the edges, maybe a piece in the middle, but things are still coming together. So if you're looking to make a major decision right now, you do not have all the answers. You do not have all the information. So I would put that off for a few days for sure, because things are still coming together. You're in a transition phase. So this is not a time to make rash, quick decisions. Really give yourself space that it's happening in divine timing, maybe not the timing you would like, but allow yourself some space for that to come in as it is meant to, because the divine's plan is so much bigger and more beautiful than you can imagine and that you've even put on your own radar. So do your best to allow the divine to take over and just let it form as it is meant to. Whew. All right, Lynette, welcome to the show. Your card is shift. And so shift comes in when things are going on around us and we're in resistance. And we've always done it this way. And why does it have to change? Or we're unhappy. So this is a time for you to sort of shift your energy, shift your perspective. And that happens when you can move your energy out of fear and out of worry and out of anger and into love. And I'm not saying that it has to be love for other people, but it's love for yourself. And when you connect to the true love energy that connects you and the divine, it allows you to open up and see more possibilities. When that happens, you naturally just float over to what is more in alignment with who you are. Because right now it feels like you're tilted. Like if you needed to go left, you're like leaning to the right. But to try to take a step to the left while you're leaning right, you'd be off balance. So this is a time to kind of bring yourself back to center so that you can easily make that next step. And so it's bringing your masculine and feminine energy back into balance. It's bringing your spiritual and your physical life back into balance. Because if you've been busy doing and you haven't connected in with who you are and who you are connected to in terms of your spiritual team, you are tilted into the doing. So really, it's time to breathe yourself into your heart and look for your answers there. And I know if you look in the YouTube, on our Star Nations YouTube channel, in the chakra sessions, I've done a couple episodes on the heart energy in particular, and that might help you bring that back into balance and create that shift in your life the way you want it to shift, not the way the universe might make it shift if you don't get that opportunity. All right, Deborah. Your card, sweetheart, is connection. So connection is reminding you that we're all connected. We're not just the beings on this planet, but we're connected to the stars, and we're connected to the earth, and we're connected to the divine. And when we feel lonely, when we feel sad, when we feel not good enough, it's when we're not connected. We're not connected to who we are. We're not connected to the divine within us. And so this is time for you to stretch and remember how to connect. Whether you do that through meditation, through drawing, through singing, through being out in nature, it doesn't matter. Just you are part of the whole, part of the oneness. And the people around you are too. And even though it may feel like things are really out of sorts, all that's out of sorts is your own energy. And what I mean by that is that you aren't in your center. So you are out. You're out of a sort. And so bringing yourself back to your own personal connection will allow you to connect not only to the divine, but it'll allow you to connect more evenly with other people, and it'll allow your relationships to come back into a better harmony and a better state of give and take. Because when you're disconnected, you're connected to people who are disconnected as well. That makes sense. So you coming back in allows other people to come back in. And then you can really feel like comfortable in your own skin. That's the big message for you. All right. So Mary, I thought I drew a card for you. Yes, I drew a card for you earlier. Yeah. And Elise, I pulled a card for you earlier. Good, Rochelle, I'm glad. Glad that worked for you. Nice, you guys. I'm getting thank yous. There's Mary Elizabeth. Hi, sweetheart. Of course, you can have a card. This is ironic. So your card is ready and waiting. You've been ready and waiting for the card to get pulled all the way to 8:15. So this is, again, a card where everything that is going to change and step into is out in front of you. And this is a time of patience. You have everything that you need for the next big change in your life, but it is not time yet. It is not divine timing. So this is a test in patience for you, and really checking into being okay with it taking some time for everything to come together. So it's okay to be ready and waiting, because I'd rather be waiting and ready to go than have to jump to a decision or jump to something before I'm ready. So while it's hard to be patient, just allow yourself some space to be patient and know that change is coming and it's happening in divine timing, and you are more than ready for what's about to happen for you. And it may be in the next week, it may be in the next month, but you are in a lesson of patience. It can be a tough one. So very good. All right. So nice. Nice. All right, Mary Riddle. Perfect. So your card is influence. Nice. So influence is, there are a lot of things that influence us in our lives. It's not just what people say or what people do, but it can be the cycles of the moon, and it can be the energy of the relationship that the person just left. So if you can imagine, you go to work and your coworker comes in and they're in a mood, it's because they just had a fight with their partner at home. That influences your work environment, right? Because they brought it with you. So when we're empathic, we get a lot of information through our body, and it impacts how we make decisions. Sometimes we make a decision based on, ooh, that energy feels angry, so I'm going to assume they're angry, and we allow that to change our reaction and change how our decision of what we're going to do. So be mindful, pay attention to what is influencing your decisions, and just check in to see if it is your truth. Are you really being influenced by your truth, or are you being influenced by other people's wants and desires? Because when we're influenced by our own truth, then we are able to take steps forward and be who we are and who we're meant to be. But when we allow other people to tell us what to do or tell us who to be, then we're out of our own integrity, and that's never a comfortable place to be. All right? All right. Yes. So Susan, yes, you may have a card, and I know you're sending me messages in other places. I'll meet up with you in a little while. So your card, sweetheart, is Alliance. So alliance is learning who your allies are. And I mean this from a spiritual place, not like you're drawing battlegrounds or picking teams at school. This is finding out who has energy that is like yours and coming together and working together in an alliance. Finding people who resonate at the same vibration that you are. We often have to work with people that we're at odds with, and that's not an alliance. This is more of a spiritual teaming up, finding your community, because I'm not sure you do have a community yet. So really calling in who your community is and gathering together so that you can support each other, hold each other accountable for the stuff that you were trying to work on. It's a very different type of family energy when you come into synchronicity with other people who are on the same page as you are. So this is a time for you to start seeking out your spiritual community and bringing yourself into an alliance with people who are going to support you fully into being who you are meant to be. So that can take a little work as well. All right. And Amy, yes, you may have a card, sweetheart. Your card is Fragments. Yes, Fragments. So Fragments is very similar to a card I pulled earlier, and this means that you don't have all the pieces. Sometimes we make rash decisions and we don't have all the information. And so you need to look through all of the pieces to see the pattern, but know that you don't have all the information yet. So things may feel like they've fallen apart, broken apart. You may feel broken, or a relationship may feel broken. It's in pieces. Well, it didn't fit the way it was. And when it didn't fit the way it wasn't meant to be. So you pick up the pieces that are truly you. You leave behind the pieces that aren't. And then you are able to start to create a new picture from them. So create a new you, a fuller you from the pieces that feel broken. You know, we are never broken. That's such a myth. You know, like I feel so broken. No, it's that the pieces of you got, you know, pulled apart by others' expectations, and you're having a hard time finding all the parts of you that you know are there. But they haven't gone anywhere. They're fragmented. They're covered over by other people's ideas and beliefs. And so give yourself some space to find the true pieces of you that are shining to the surface. And that's where you are, okay? So drop any feelings of broken. Keep hearing that. That is not even remotely who you are or how anything has impacted you. You are complete and full and perfect, just the way you are. All right, so I think I got everybody. And I'm really thankful for those of you who have stayed as I ran way over once again on our time. So if you didn't get a card and you would like one, all you have to do is type in yes, please into the comments, even if you're watching this in the archives. And I will type in, I'll pull a card for you and I'll type it in for you so that everyone gets the message that they need. Because that's part of my mission, is to help the healers on the planet heal so that you can get to work and do what you are here to do, and you can shine your light the way you're meant to. If you guys are anybody is up in Maine, in Augusta, Maine, or near New Hampshire or Vermont, and want to come on over, you can come visit me this weekend at the New England Metaphysical and Holistic Fair. We will be at the Augusta Civic Center Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 5. Yes, Marlene, terrific. Oh, you're her cousin. Terrific. Of course you can have a card. All right, Marlene, your card is 4. So this card is about bringing yourself back into center, and that's what they call your core. So when you are in alignment with who you are and not allowing anybody else to tell you who you are or who you're supposed to be or how you're supposed to behave or how you're supposed to act, when you really are in your own center, you are able to make all your decisions from love, and you get to feel comfortable with what you do and how you are. And that all happens from your core. And so really check in to see, how are you out of your core? You know, are you being pulled into doing too much work and not enough of your spiritual time? Are you giving more than you're receiving? So any way that you may be slightly out of balance, start to bring yourself back in. And I'm hearing that there's a stone that's called the Shiva Lingam stone. It's kind of gray and brown color. That's a stone that will help you bring yourself back into balance, and it'll help bring you back into your core. So if you have an opportunity to get that stone, or Julie can help you connect you to that stone, it'll help bring you back into your center. And when you're in your core, your heart just opens up. You fill with so much love for yourself, and then you have so much love that you can give and share to others, because you've got this great big heart, and you're meant to share it. So I hope that helps, Marlene. I hope you are at the beach with Julie and enjoying your vacation. And for those of you who are up in Maine, come visit me this weekend. I'm giving free healings to those people who are looking for that. And if not, I will see you guys next Tuesday at noon for chakra sessions. And also next Wednesday evening, again, for Soul Connections, where we do healing and readings. So with that, you guys, I'd love to say have a great night. All right.